get you up to speed on the latest in sports. I'm Sean Yao. The PLDT high-speed hitters set up their semis face-off with the Petrogas Angels after winning their last elimination game at the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Marty Bautista tells us more.
Oh, that's a good job there by Dina Wong to save.
The Choco Mucho Flying Titans had the early advantage over the PLDT high-speed hitters in the last day of the eliminations of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. But after conceding set 1, PLDT came to its senses and scored 2 tough set wins, as both finished with a 25-23 score.
This time, and again, that cut shot for Mendres.
In the third set, though, it was slightly easier for the high-speed hitters as they jumped to a quick 5-point lead and never looked back from there. Final score 21-25, 25-23, 25-23, 25-16 for PLDT. The win seals the third seed for PLDT, who will now play second-seeded Petrogas Angels in the semifinals. Choco Mucho, on the other hand, caps off the conference on a low note with a 2-6 win-loss record. Mary Ann Mendres paced PLDT with 21 points, while Mika Reyes added 18.
1 point for them. It's sent back by Villarreal.
In the other game, the Signal HD Spikers had a tough time against the Army Black Mamba in the first set. Signal managed to take the lead 28-27 before Francis Molina's off-the-block hit capped off the extended set.
Chance for Signal. Molina. And that drops inside.
The HD Spikers took the momentum from there as they scored 2 fairly easy wins in the next 2 frames to complete the sweep, 29-27, 25-19, 25-16. Chai Troncoso unloaded a game-high 16 points while Molina chipped in 15. Signal ends its campaign at 6th place with a 3-5 record after wounding up as third placers in the previous conference. Army, meanwhile, finishes the conference winless at 0-8. They have now lost their last 21 games. Coming through this Saturday is the doubleheader in the semifinals. Top seed Creamline Cool Smashers takes on 4 seed F2 Logistics Cargo Movers at 4 p.m., followed by the Petrogas PLDT tussle at 6:30 p.m. For News 5, Marty Bautista. We are One News.
The Philippines is sending a 1,000-strong delegation to Cambodia for the Southeast Asian Games this May. There will be 905 athletes, while the rest are sporting officials. The Philippine contingent this time around is significantly bigger than the 656 athletes that were sent to the previous edition of the SEA Games in Vietnam. Team Philippines is expected to join all 38 sporting events. A send-off ceremony will be held on April 15 at the PICC or the Philippine International Convention Center. The SEA Games is slated on May 5 to 17. Last time, the Philippines won 227 medals, 52 of which are gold. In the PBA, the Converge Fiber Xers have found a replacement for import Jamal Franklin. Converge will bring in Tom Vodanovic, according to a report by local sports site Spin.ph. 6'7" forward Vodanovic last played for the New Zealand Breakers, who lost in a 5-game National Basketball League Finals against the Sydney Kings. He also played U.S. college basketball but had no takers at the 2017 NBA Draft. Converge is entering the PBA Governors Cup quarterfinals at 7th seed, and the New Zealand Nationals edition will be a boost to the team's bid for a deep run in the playoffs. We're taking a quick timeout. The game on One News Now will return after this. Stay tuned. You're still watching the game on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. In Saudi Arabia, audiences gathered in the desert of Al Ula for the inaugural Camel Cup race. With a prize pool of over 21 million US dollars or a whopping 1.1 billion pesos, the race is said to be the biggest and most expensive in the region. Camel owners and breeders from across the globe converged in the kingdom to compete in the event that kicked off on March 14. Aside from the race, the Camel Cup will also feature cultural events and exhibitions showcasing the history and heritage of Northwest Saudi Arabia. One of the participants is American record producer Swizz Beatz, the husband of singer and songwriter Alicia Keys.
To be a part of this with my team is amazing. Not only being the first American team in the history of the sport and federation, but to be a part of history here in Al Ula for the biggest cup, the biggest prize, the biggest cup. We came in 5th place today, alhamdulillah, top 5. We're going to work up to be number 1 one day, inshallah.
And an Indonesian court has released 2 of the 3 police officers charged with negligence over a deadly football stampede last year. The remaining cop was sentenced to jail time of 1.5 years. A football match official was also meted with the same prison sentence last week for the same offenses. The Human Rights Commission of Indonesia said that the stampede happened because police fired 45 rounds of tear gas at the crowd. There is an existing ban on such crowd control measure implemented by World Football governing body FIFA. The families of the victims slammed the decision, saying the punishment is not enough. 135 people were killed in the stampede, many of whom were crushed as they fled for the exits because of the tear gas. In the PBA Governors Cup, the San Miguel Beermen are gunning to end the elimination round on a high note when they take on the rain or shine Elasto Painters today. With a twice-to-beat advantage already a lock, the game has little meaning for SMB as it would only determine seedings coming into the quarterfinals. Rain or Shine, on the other hand, is out of contention and is just looking to end the conference with a win. In the other game, it's a battle of top dogs as the TNT Tropangiga take on the Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings. The outcome of the game determines the final seeding and the matchups in the quarters. San Miguel is taking on ROS as we speak, while the TNT Ginebra game is happening at 5:45 p.m. Both games will be played at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. Get your fill of the latest in sports at onesports.ph. Meantime, the Newsday continues later at 4:30 p.m. I'll see you then. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.